So good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our noontime meditation and prayer. Brought to you by Unity Naples. My name is Reverend Denise Schubert. I am a staff minister at Unity, and it's my pleasure to facilitate our time today. You know, it's special to be able to stop in the middle of the day and take a breath and discover the spirit within. You know, I don't know if you listened to Reverend Mark's message yesterday about the prodigal son, but it was brilliant and wonderful. I've been thinking about it ever since. So I thought we might kind of use our time today to explore this within space that is all three characters in the story of the prodigal son, the lost son, the good son, and the father. So this idea of God within is a very powerful, powerful idea, and one ultimately that leads us to a higher state of consciousness is to understand that God is not out there, but that God is in here. So I pulled out one of my favorite authors, The Infinite Way by Joel Goldsmith. If you don't know Joel Goldsmith and you are wanting to deepen in consciousness, he's definitely someone to add to your list. So take a moment and say hello. We have a chat room here. So who's with me today? Who's joining us from where? So if you want to say hi, say hi. It makes me feel less alone here talking into my camera. I'm not sure if you know that Naples, Unity Naples is reopening to the public on September 27th. So I hope if you're a local follower that you join us. If you're a local follower, it'd be wonderful if you did sacred service to support it. And if you're a worldwide follower, you just continue watching on the stream. So I'm going to start with a reading. Hi, Dina. I'm going to start with a reading and then we'll meditate, and I'll talk a little bit while we're meditating. We only have 15 minutes, so we can't go into a really deep meditation. And then I'll do a prayer at the end for us to anchor the rest of our day. So this is from The Infinite Way by Joel Goldsmith. And he says, so listen carefully. He says, conscious awareness of our true being, of the infinite nature and character of our only being, this is prayer. In this consciousness, instead of seeking, asking, waiting in prayer, we turn our thought inward and listen for the still small voice, which assures us that even before we asked, that God knew and fulfilled the need. You know, in these books, they use the word father, but we know that God is not a male figure. We sometimes say mother, father, God. Sometimes we say no identification at all, because in truth, God has no gender, right? So he says, here is a great secret of prayer, that God is all in all and God is forever manifested. There is no unmanifested good or unmanifested God. That which we seem to be seeking is ever present within us and already manifested, and we need to know this truth. All good already is. Our health, wealth, employment, home, harmony are then not dependent on some far-off God, not dependent on a channel or a person or a place or your job or your parents, right? It's not dependent, but are eternally at hand, omnipresent within our very consciousness. And the recognition of this fact is answered prayer. So, you know, Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, who was a teacher of mine and Reverend Mark's, used to say that we live in answered prayer. We live in it, that our prayers are being answered in every moment. So this awareness that all of this is an inside job and not an outside job is what makes this statement true. So he says, I and my Father are one, and this accounts for the completeness of individual being. So I know this is kind of deep right now. I do, but I like going deep. I'm a deep kind of girl. And we want to know the truth that sets us free, the truth that sets us free and leads us to a life. The life that we want to live is to recognize that the thing that we are seeking is already here. The thing that we are seeking is seeking us. And that if we can but release our doubt and our worry and our fear and our skepticism, that it will find us. So how about we meditate on that to see if we can hear the still small voice within. And I invite you to take something you're wanting an answer to into your meditation time. Like, what are you seeking? And just lay it at the altar of your consciousness and allow it to begin to gestate there rather than trying to find it out there somewhere. So if you'll join me, just get comfortable. So sitting nice and tall, but not rigid, feet on the floor. Just begin to take deep and conscious breaths. You can, if you like, close your eyes. I'm going to close mine because in the closing of the eyes, we allow our problems and the world's problems and the situations and conditions and circumstances simply be where they are, that we are seeking peace here. We are seeking a conscious awareness of the presence of God here. And so as you close your outer eyes, you can open your inner eyes. You can begin to scan the inside of you and see the order and the harmony and the awareness that there's a space and a place and a dimension within you that is whole and perfect and complete, that is undaunted by the past, indestructible, unharmed, perfect, innocent, alive, in love. So just take a moment to relax your body temple, this house of God that is you. Send some love with your thoughts into all of the places within your body that may be stressed or achy or in pain or tense. Just send some love into those places. And continue to take long, slow inhales and long, slow exhales. And if your mind wanders, which mostly in meditation, especially in the beginning, your mind will wander, you can simply just, with deep compassion and gentleness, invite your attention back to your breath, truly watching your inhale as it passes through your nostrils, delivering all that energy and oxygen to your bloodstream, and then paying very close attention as that warmed air exits your nostrils. And just continue breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And as we sit for a few minutes, begin to listen for that still small voice within you. Begin to look for God inside and to listen. Be so attentive as if Spirit was going to whisper a secret to you, and you need to be paying attention in order to hear it. So for a few moments, let's be silent. You might say to yourself as we sit, I and Spirit are one. I and this Mother, Father, God presence are one. Just over and over to yourself, listening. Just where's your attention? If it's wandered, simply bring it back. Just like the prodigal son, the lost child wandered away from the father's house. But then he came home. And when he came home, he was loved and beloved. Imagine God whispering to you, "You are my beloved, in whom I am well pleased." And while you're here, release any struggle, any trying to make things happen out in the world, any worry, doubt, or fear about the world. There's only one power, not many. And nothing is more powerful than that power. Nothing. So whatever you are seeking in your life right now, whatever you're seeking right now, whether it's peace of mind, whether it's a job, whether it's your health, your vitality, whether it's calm, order, harmony, money, whatever it is you're wanting, needing, and seeking, the source of the fulfillment of that prayer is within you. See if you can feel the truth of that statement. Peace is within you. Supply is within you. And then listen. So keep your eyes closed and stay soft while I read another paragraph. How far I have wandered from thy spirit, O tender one and true, how far, how far. How deeply lost in the maze of words. But now I am returned, and in thy spirit shall I ever find my life, my peace, my strength. Thy spirit is the bread of life, finding which I shall never hunger. The spirit is a wellspring of water, and drinking it I shall never thirst. As a weary wanderer, I have sought thee, and now my weariness is gone. Thy spirit has formed a tent for me, and in its cool shade I linger, and peace fills my soul. Thy presence has filled me with peace. Thy love has placed before me a feast of spirit. Thy spirit is my resting place, an oasis in the desert of the letter of truth. Let's take a couple of deep breaths, truly feeling your own divinity, feeling the perfection of you. We are so not what we were taught that we are. We are so much more than just these bodies. And so as our noontime meditation and prayer comes to a close for this day, I simply speak my word for and about each person who's joined me today and each person who will later join us join us within the sound of my voice to simply recognize and know that there is one power, one presence, one life, one love, and it is the power and the presence of pure spirit. And it is not something out there. It is something right here. It surrounds us. It indwells us. And we may not be all that God is, but all we are is God. And so I simply know that I am one with this power, and you are one with this power and presence. So in this moment, there is a unification and a connection and a community between us. And it's from that connection and community that I just speak my word, the word, a powerful word of acceptance, a powerful word of proclamation, a powerful word of allowing to know fully that whatever it is we are seeking is seeking us, that we release any effort, any making happen, any trying, any manipulating or managing the world, that we simply allow our prayers to be answered. We allow ourselves to walk in the consciousness of answered prayer. And as we do this, there is a wave of peace and calm that passes over us as we move into a positive and affirmative expectancy of our own good. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to stop in the middle of my day, the opportunity to speak these words, to enjoy the words of Joel Goldsmith, and to once again express gratitude for Reverend Mark Anthony for his brilliant metaphysical interpretation of the prodigal son. And so for this and so much more, I am grateful. I just release this word knowing that it is fulfilled, and invite you to slowly open up your eyes and join me once again. So that is our time for today. Someone will be back with you tomorrow at 12 noon once again to anchor a moment of prayer in your day. So be safe and be happy, and remember to listen for the still small voice within yourself. Bye.